Hello friends, welcome to our next part, Evolution of Repertory Part 2. I am Dr. Kirti Kadam from the Department of Repertory. I am Assistant Professor in Motiwala Homeopathic Medical College. So, what we had seen in our last lecture is early era of repertories, need for repertory, what is evolution, and different efforts made by Dr. Hahnemann for compiling a repertory. Now, in this part, we are going to see uh, next milestone in the history and development of repertory, that is publication of Kent's repertory and post-Kentian era of repertory and the whole process of evolution of repertory. Okay, so let us start. Uh, After the publication of Kent's magnum opus in 1897, a new era, a new revolution start in the history and field of repertorization. What is that? Friends, Dr. J.T. Kent, one of the most eminent physician, published Kent's repertory, and this repertory became so popular that still today we are using this repertory. So this is evergreen repertory which we are using still today. And what is the reason behind that? The reason is its construction, which is very easy to understand, its philosophy, which is very logical, its principles, its simplicity makes it the most popular repertory of all the times. So this is the next milestone in the history and development of repertory. So after the publication of Kent's repertory, for so many years, all the physicians were using this Kent's repertory. And long after that, in 1904, it was Dr. J.H. Clark who prepared the next repertory, that is a clinical repertory of homeopathic materia medica, which is a general clinical repertory. After the publication of this repertory in 1904, next repertory was published by Dr. Boger, and that repertory is Boger's Bonninghausen's characteristics and repertory. This repertory is also one of the milestone repertory in the history and development of repertory. This repertory has some special features like those cases who are rich in pathological generals, complete symptoms can be solved very well by using this repertory, and this is the unique feature of this repertory. Boger also prepared some repertories, like in 1915 he prepared a synoptic key of the materia medica, which has two parts, analysis part and synoptic part. In analysis part, repertory proper part is given, and in synoptic part, materia medica part is explained. In 1924, Boger prepared one card repertory that was based on this Boger synoptic key. Friends, as we have seen, earlier repertories were present only in book form. Now, in the year 1888, Guernsey was the first physician who prepared a first card repertory. See how the repertory is transformed from book form to some mechanical aid like card repertories. What are these card repertories? Card repertories are those repertories where cards represent a rubric and there is some booklet which has medicines coded, and this card, at the top of this card, rubric is mentioned which is coded with some number, and medicines are punched at different places, and there is a special mechanism to use this repertory. So repertory is now shifted from book to mechanical aided form. So Guernsey was the first physician who prepared first card repertory, and in 1924 Boger also prepared one card repertory which was based on the Boger's synoptic key. Then in 1927 Oscar E. Boric prepared a repertory. This repertory is also presented in a book form whose first part comprises of the materia medica, which was written by William Borwick, and second part was published in the repertory form by Oscar E. Borwick. In 1931, the next repertory which came was Boger's Times of Remedies and Moon Phases, where conditions of aggravation and amelioration and different diseases are given according to the appearance of symptoms in the specific times and different moon phases like full moon, new moon, etc. Then H. A. Robert in 1937 prepared one repertory, that is Sensation As If, which was a specially designed repertory for all kinds of sensations. So you can get all sensations in this repertory in the index form. Then in 1939, he prepared special particular repertory for the particular clinical repertory for the rheumatic diseases. Then in 1959, Jugal Kishore prepared a special card repertory. The construction of that card you can see here. See how the number rubric is mentioned at the top of this repertory. That rubric is coded and different medicines are punched, and to get a similimum we have to put the desired rubric cards and we have to arrange them one behind another, and we have to see through them for a transparent light so that we can get a final similimum. So this is the construction of card repertory of Jugal Kishore. Then in 1963, Dr. S. R. Phatak prepared a concise repertory of the homeopathic materia medica. This repertory is most reliable repertory because all the symptoms which are clinically verified that are taken for the compilation of repertory by Dr. S. R. Phatak, and hence this repertory is also used by most of the physicians nowadays. Then in 1973, Dr. Barthel and Bill Clunker prepared a repertory, synthetic repertory. They were impressed by the idea of general symptoms. They thought that general symptoms can be the sole indication for the similimum, and hence they prepared a special repertory with general symptoms only. This repertory is presented in 3 volumes. First volume is for only mental general symptoms. Second volume is for physical general symptoms except sleep, dream and sex. And third volume is devoted completely for sex, dream and sleep. Then after the publication of this repertory in 1990, Kunjli Jost prepared a repertory which was nothing but the additions to the Kent's repertory, that is Kent's Repertorium Generale. This is that repertory. After that in 1993, Robin Murphy prepared another repertory, that is Homeopathic Medical Repertory. Friends, this repertory also has a special feature. This repertory has a flexible adaptability. It means any kind of case can be solved using this repertory. Those cases which are full with mental generals, physical generals, those who are lacking in mental generals and physical generals and rich in particular symptoms can be well solved using this repertory. Means all kinds of cases can be solved using this repertory. Then after that in 1993 only, Frederick Schrann prepared a repertory, synthesis repertory. Later on this repertory became the base for the software Radar. Then in 1996, Roger Van Zandvoort prepared a complete repertory, and this repertory is also inseparable part of most of the softwares, and it is presented with coverage of maximum number of medicines. Then in 1999, Dr. J.P.S. Bakshi prepared a repertory, Phoenix repertory. Phoenix repertory, the name itself is given by Dr. J.P.S. Bakshi to this repertory because we know that phoenix bird has capacity to burn itself into fire, and from the very ash of that bird, new offsprings takes the birth. So his idea behind giving name to that repertory was he considered his repertory as It is not the mere repetition of all the previous one, but something new. So this phoenix bird represent recreation, something new, and this repertory presents within some new symptoms or rubrics. After the publication of this repertory, in 2003, Roger Van Zandvoort prepared another repertory, that is Repertorium Universale. So friends, this was the post-Kantian era of repertory. Now we will take a look on how repertories get evolved by the time. Friends, first of all, repertories were present in the book form. These book forms are presented in alphabetical form. Some nosological classification was there. Anatomical schema, that is Hahnemannian schema of presentation was there. After that, regional repertories came, which were presented with some special types like clinical conditions, like repertories which are specially designed for the parts. Then after that, general clinical repertories were prepared which can be used for the reference purpose. After that, this process of repertorization was very much difficult and time consuming. So the physicians were thinking that there should be some mechanical aid in our hand, and hence they tried to form some card repertories or audiovisual apparatus like repertories by R.P. Patel. Then after that, uh, after the introduction of computers in the field of repertorization, again revolution took place, and now whatever repertories we are using, they are all in software forms like Radar, HomePack, Kara, etc. And also some Android apps like HomePack, Firefly, we are also using them. So see how the repertories get evolved by the time from book form to the computer softwares and Android forms. And this is all regarding the history and evolution of repertory. Thank you so much.